I know the perfect angle to bounce on it.
Oh my god! So, I just went to my first ever convention. Let's talk about it, shall we? So, if you're not fully aware, which I don't know how, considering I've been posting it on my Twitter, my Instagram, and I think my BLUESKY as well. I went to my first ever convention, like anime style convention. I went to Otakon in Washington, D.C. On Saturday, which was actually yesterday by the time I'm filming. I could only do Saturday because I was busy on Friday, and I am busy today, kinda, to be fair, I'm filming this video, but I did not have time to go Sunday, unfortunately. I really wish I did, though. But I wanted to share my experience, because I didn't film anything, because I felt kind of awkward filming a lot in public. I'm not used to doing that kind of stuff, except maybe for like the Switch video. So you're gonna just hear me talk about it, and I will describe the experience that I went through within the past couple of like the past month per se, because it's a long story. Because there are things that happened before the convention even started. So why don't I go ahead and just start talking? All right. So I always wanted to go to a convention. It's been a bucket list thing I've wanted to do for so long. So I was going back and forth to decide which one to do, and thanks to one of my friends, I was able to figure out what I wanted to do, and I was like, oh, she was like, oh, I'm going to Otakon, and I'm like, cool, do you mind if I join you or whatnot? And my friend was cool with it, so that's kind of how it started. I don't know why that was the main way to do it, but I had a hard time picking a con, and I had to pick it close within my area because again, I did move out a couple months ago, and obviously I had to pick something that was closest near to my area. I'm not too far from DC as it is, so yeah. But the main thing that I wanted to do before I started attending the convention was do a costume, because for the first convention, why not go all out and spend a lot of money on a costume piece? Because oh my gosh, everything I bought, you don't want to even know how much I spent in the costume in total. I would have to look it up and everything just to be sure. I'll pull it up once I can. So, what I wanted to do was I wanted to go as the protagonist from Persona 3, simply because, well, why not? I love the Persona series. I really do like Makoto Yuki, the character. And I feel like Joker may be too easy of a choice because, you know, he's more well known in the Persona series. I don't know if many people know Makoto. I could be wrong. But I wanted to try and do that. So I went out and got some of the pieces for it. And that, of course, is his suit, his fake gun, and a couple other things. And eventually, later on, for like the last minute, I chose to get the wig and the boots for the costume. And that was pretty much the big thing. So how it happened was I went to Amazon to just go order the costume pieces because I am not made of money, so I couldn't do anything super crazy per se, especially because I was on a limited time frame. I had a month until the con because that's when I bought the tickets, so I had to be fast with getting stuff on time. I did not have a lot of time, and hopefully next year if I do go back, I'll be a lot more quicker with costumes, or I don't even know if I'll do a costume next year. We'll see, simply because that was a really, really big task for me to do just this year alone. So I might not do it next year, but you never know. We'll see. So basically, I ordered pretty much everything off of Amazon because I had to go like a bit of more of a cheaper route. I couldn't go anything crazy. I'm not made of money, unfortunately. So I really quickly ordered everything, but I ran into a problem. So what happened was, I was getting mainly the costume itself and then the evoker prop. Unfortunately, when I ordered everything, I accidentally shipped it to my old home, which is, you know, where I used to live, not this house. Oh man, that was rough. So basically, I had to work around things. So luckily, I was able to cancel the order for the costume piece. The evoker prop, I could not. I was not able to cancel it. It was already getting shipped out. So I was kind of screwed. At least not completely. I still have, my folks still live there, of course, but I would have to rely on them and hope to God it would arrive on time for the con. So, yeah, that was not fun. So, luckily the costume came pretty quickly. I think it came like a couple days later. I'd have to check the information and I'll even put it on screen. But that came by really quick. At first I thought the armband was missing, but it turns out it was just hidden inside the costume. So, yeah, I mean, everything looks great. I really liked how it looked. I thought it looked nice. And yeah, I really did like that costume. There's obviously better alternatives out there, but for a first con, we can give it a pass. So, yeah, after the whole evoker problem, and I had to go through that, what happened is I'm at the last minute, like I did a lot for this costume, and even for the con most likely, was to get a wig. Originally I wasn't going to, because if there's one thing about me, I'm not good with wigs. I don't often use wigs. I maybe have one time to do a Chucky cosplay, which I will pop on screen, but other than that, I have not done wigs that often. I am still very new to all that stuff, and I wasn't sure how it was gonna go and everything, so I was very, very concerned. And luckily, the wig was actually, it came in pretty decently. It was kind of a hassle to wear though, because oh my goodness, that wig kept like blocking. You had to block your face a bit, so it was really, really difficult to see throughout this eye. This eye had to be covered, and I can only see through this one. Man, it kind of sucked, but because I had to constantly flick my hair like this, especially when I was at the con. I did that so many times, even when I was doing, doing stuff that I'll get into in a bit. But yeah, that was just, it was something, let me tell you. And then luckily the evoker prop did arrive on time. It arrived on Wednesday, like a couple days before Saturday, thankfully. And heck, just to be safe, I did order another evoker gun as a backup in case that the one I did get for some reason broke. So luckily having two was not a bad of an option. Also, it kind of works out if maybe some people came to the con without an evoker prop, but for what it looks like from the Makoto Yukis I ran into, they did have evoker prop, so it should be fine. And then another thing I did at the very last minute was order some boots for the costume. Now, I wasn't going to at first because I wasn't entirely sure if I should or not, especially because I'd be walking around a lot in the con. But I was like, dang it, if I'm going all out for this costume piece, I need to go all out. Now, I will admit, I didn't get the right kind of boots. His boots are meant to have a buckle on it, and the ones that I got, which I will show you, these ones right here do not have a buckle. They're just a simple pair of boots that I found at a shoe store, and I literally got it the day before the con. That's how bad I planned everything. Oh man, that was rough. I look back on that now and I'm like, I should have been quicker with that. I need to go and be more prepared for next year if I were to do something like that in general, as like saying as a general statement. But yeah, at that point I had everything and I was good to go. Just had to wait until tomorrow to do the con, and then, well, it was Saturday and it was the con and everything. And overall, for my first con, I actually had a really, really good time. I was really shocked with how much fun I had. I will admit, I wish I wandered around a little bit more, because most of my day I was in like one spot. You'll find in a sec. But it was also because a lot of the booths, they didn't really have anything that intrigued me to where I wanted to get it. Like, everything looked cool. All the artists did a fantastic job with all this stuff. I wish I took photos of it, I will admit. I unfortunately did not. But it was really cool to see everything in display. Everyone is so talented, and even all the cosplayers looked amazing. I have a few pictures that I took at the con. Some I got from myself, some I got taken from my brother Michael, some I've gotten from people that other people have pictures that I can hopefully find. I don't know if I will be able to, unfortunately, due to time, because I would have to look around, because there are some people that did take photos with me, but they have the photos. I don't have them, just a heads up. So I don't know if I can get it in time for the video, because the video might be edited and quickly out tonight. But basically, everyone there, they were so nice, so talented. Everyone there was just amazing. Even the staff there were really kind in everything. Like, they had to put up through a lot yesterday. Like, they had to go through a lot of our stuff, and I feel like I will admit, I wasn't the best when it came to that kind of stuff, and I'll get to a reason or why in a bit. But I did try my best, you know, be kind, be courteous, do everything I could, because I'm terrible with that kind of stuff usually. But everyone that I spoke to from the staff, they were really kind, they were really sweet. And even though there were things like saying, hey, we can't have you like bulking up the place, or, you know, making the line, the lines are too long and everything, they were very understanding, and they were like, we know that you want to see all these people, we know you want to do all these things, but for safety, we gotta make sure we calm it down a little bit. And I can respect that, especially because I heard that on Friday, some lines, or especially one, which I'll talk to later, I keep saying that, went into pretty much around the entire parts of the entire building, almost, like from like the booth all the way to like an escalator, which is across the building, which is crazy. So yeah, let me tell you, they really were doing their best. Let me tell you, everyone there was great though. I loved everybody there. So yeah. So going into details about how my experience went with the con, and I'll go full in depth on literally everything I can, and from what I remember, I'm not gonna lie, there's some things I might not remember because everything went by so fast that it's hard to process. So first thing, I woke up like at 4 something in the morning. I had to get ready for the costume because I gave myself at least an hour to try and get ready because I didn't know how long it was going to take. So I pretty much hid in the shower, shaved my face, brushed my teeth, all that stuff that you have to do to make sure you look prepared for the day. And I made sure to get the costume on as soon as I could, which luckily didn't take too long. It took me like 30 minutes, I want to say. More so, I feel like the wig was like the biggest thing. Like I said, I'm not good with wigs, so there's that. But pretty much I had to wait for a little bit after I did finish because Michael and then another friend of mine, we all carpooled together so that way we could maybe take like the express lanes, and you know, it was just an easy way to make sure we went together and stuff. And then eventually we did take the metro to actually get on, because let me tell you, driving in DC is one of the worst things you could possibly do. Now, to put it in perspective, I have lived before I moved down to where I used to be, I lived in close to DC for like 12 years, or maybe longer than that. And let me tell you, DC does not fuck around. That place is crazy when it comes to people. Like, this is kind of why we took the metro, and I'm kind of glad we did, simply because it was easier to get over there, per se. I will admit, we did get a little bit lost in certain areas. Like, I'm pretty sure we did go on the wrong train at one point. Twice, actually, I want to say. Or no, we went on the wrong train, but then we got back onto the right one. Then, what was it? We, at the end of the day, I know we took a long way to get there, and man, we were tired by the end of it, let me tell you. We kept sleeping on the metro. Actually, one of my friends mainly did. I was still wide awake and ready to go, which was really nice, so yeah. Then, of course, we arrived at the con, we head to registration and pick up our badges, which was, I was a little bit worried at first, because Mikey actually paid for my badge, but I still paid him back and everything, don't worry. But he paid for my badge because when I went to go register online like weeks before, it would not let me pay for my badge. So I had to go to Mikey and be like, can you pay for me and I'll make sure to pay you back. And luckily he was able to get the tickets from his end, and I was luckily able to get in. So my anxieties were completely gone, but little did you know, my anxieties were still kind of inside because of how big the place was, especially later in the day when more people came. But, so we got there, like, a little bit past 8. The doors were open. Not everything was open just yet. I want to say maybe around 10 o'clock is when things truly started to get open up and ready to go. So for mainly like the first 2 hours of the day, what we kind of did is we were just chilling in the main hall on the second floor, and I had a decent amount of people come up to me and say want to get pictures with me, because again, I did cosplay, and it was very interesting, I will admit. So if you know me, I'm not the kind of person to go up to people, or used to people go up to me saying, hey, do you want a picture or something like that. I'm not used to that kind of stuff, especially, to be fair, it is my first con and everything, but I'm not used to that like in general, of course, probably because people don't do it in public. That'd be weird. So getting to experience that was kind of interesting. And then also even getting all the pictures I got, which there's more, but I only have a few, unfortunately. It was great, and everybody there, like I said, was so talented. They made some amazing costumes. I wish I really did get more photos, but I'm really introverted to that kind of stuff, so that's kind of why a lot of the I didn't get a lot of pictures. Like, I know Mikey does have a few pictures, which I also will probably put on screen as well, so you can get an idea of what he got to do. But for me, I'm a very introverted kind of person. Mikey's a little bit more extrovert in that sense, I would say, because he was really good with trying to get pictures and everything. And everyone there was just amazing. Like, one I'll pull up is this Princess Guinevere from Knights of Guinevere. Her cosplay looks amazing. She had intestines coming out of her stomach, and I simply asked for a picture, and the one thing I did was I pulled my evoker at the intestines for some reason, because I thought that looked silly, but it was great, and she was really sweet too. So yeah, everyone there was just great. Also, a random fun fact, I actually spotted someone as a Meggy. I did not expect that at all. I was like looking over, Mikey said something, I was like, wait, there's a Meggy here. I did not expect that. That's so crazy. But it was still really, really cool to see. So yeah. So after waiting for like 2 hours for stuff to open, excuse me, the main thing I wanted to do, and I will say it right now, was to meet voice actors. That is like one of the main reasons why I also came to this con, was to meet voice actors. Yes, I'm that crazy for spending money and meeting people that I do not know, other than the fact that they are on the internet. But I really wanted to get the chance to meet them and get their autographs. And obviously, I didn't get autographs at this point in the day because their booths did not open until after the panel I went to. But I went to the Marvel Rivals panel that they had, where it had Alejandro, who plays Deadpool, Ray Chase, who voices Cyclops, Cassandra Lee Morris, who voices Galactica, don't cancel me. I can't pronounce her name. Can you please pull up Google Translate? I do apologize, I don't want to mispronounce it.
Xanthi Wynn.
She voices Dagger. We had Crystal Lee, who voices Phoenix, and then we had Courtney Lynn, who voices Julebi. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. And it was a great panel. Oh my gosh, I wish I filmed more of it, but obviously I am trying my best to make sure I am not putting cameras in people's faces all the time. Like, I want to try and make sure I'm not pushing boundaries here. That's why I'm very cautious with how I film. The only things I did film was when they came on stage and when the panel ended, when they were making funny lines, which I'll probably pull up one of the funny ones at the start of the video because I know which one to use. But everyone there, it was really cool to see everyone, especially because getting the chance to actually meet these people has been a bucket list item for mine for, I want to say, 6 years now. So getting to meet them in person, I honestly felt like I was going to faint at first. In my video where I filmed them coming on stage, you could actually hear me geeking out a lot from that, especially when Alejandro came up first. It was like the big one I geeked out over. But it was awesome to see everyone there, and they were really, it was so funny. Everyone was just hilarious. Ray especially kept making so many jokes that made me laugh my ass off. It was hilarious. And then I think it was either Cassandra or Ray, I want to say it was Cassandra, she kept bringing up Jeff the Land Shark, and it was just a running joke where whenever someone said Jeff the Land Shark, everyone just burst out in applause, and it was amazing. And we keep so like one of the guys at the panel would do this thing where when they come on stage they'd do like 3, 2, 1 clap. We did that, and then eventually we weren't sure which thing we liked. We would either do that or Jeff the Land Shark. We just kept sticking to Jeff the Land Shark, and it was really funny, really good panel. I had an amazing time at that panel. So yeah, I'll try my best to be better with not bumping into people. I will admit I did accidentally bump into like one of the people next to me. I didn't do it intentionally, but at the time I was really excited. I could not control myself. So I'll learn that for next time when I do go to a convention. Just try to be a little bit calm when it comes to that stuff, you know? So after that, I immediately went down to the dealer hall where people are getting signed for autographs. And let me tell you, you gotta be fast for that shit. So originally, I went to Alejandro's line first, but it got capped instantly. Like, I got lost a little bit, I will admit. I was trying to find where the dealer room was because the place is so huge and I couldn't remember my directions. So, I got lost, and then by the time I got to Alejandro's booth, I was told it was capped, it's not available, and I was like, dang it. And then, heck, I'm pretty sure everyone else's was also capped. Cassandra was capped, Ray was capped, like, everyone was almost capped. And I was kind of bummed out because I was really wanting to meet these people. The main people I didn't get to meet was the person who voices Dagger and Ray. I really wanted to meet them, but unfortunately their lines just kept getting too long and getting capped way too fast. And I was kind of like, I have to take an L on this one. I'm not going to be able to get autographs from them, unfortunately. So that did bum me out a bit. But I do maybe have hopes for next time for Ray, because he will be at Collecticon in August, which I will also be there and I will talk about later. So, instead, because I really wanted to get an autograph from somebody, I really did, because everyone there is so talented, and I really wanted to get the chance to, you know, just speak with them, maybe for like a little bit, or, you know, get an autograph and photo and stuff like that. The first person I talked to, because I will admit her line was really, really short, like there was like maybe 2 people when I walked over there, was the person who voices Julebi and Rivals, and that is Courtney Lynn. I went to go meet her first, and I have a bit of a story with her. So if you're not aware, she is now the person who voices Peach, like in Mario Kart. Like she voices her in Mario Kart World now, and she probably will for future games, from what it looks like. I don't know yet. And I actually did get to talk with her a little bit about that. Like, how do you feel about playing Princess Peach? Because Samantha Kelly has left a huge legacy behind that character. And, you know, those shoes are kind of hard to fill. And she just gave me the response where she was like, she doesn't really believe that she's voicing Peach now. It's kind of hard to believe. But she's really honored to have this position, especially because she's someone like all of us at the con where I'm pretty sure she did say she should, no offense if I'm wrong, she did say she's a nerd herself. Like, she loves Nintendo games. She loves Mario, Zelda, Metroid, all that kind of stuff, and to have the opportunity to voice those characters, it's like a dream come true to her. And she was so kind, so sweet about that conversation. Like, out of all the people I met at that con, she was probably my favorite for how much of a kind person she was. I really did feel bad that her line did not get a lot of people during Saturday when I was there. It might have moments where it did pile up a little bit, but not by much. And if you get the chance to see her at a con, I really do recommend you go to at least get the chance to like get a photo with her or something, because she is really, really sweet, and I really had a good time talking with her. So yeah. Then after that, because you know I'm trying to get Alejandro's signature, that's like the big goal. Get Alejandro's signature. I waited so long to get it, to the point where I didn't even eat for 12 hours straight. I'm not joking. And I promise that wasn't intentional. I just was trying to make sure I was quick and everything so I could get in the line, especially with how they were doing his line and everything, which is good on them because, you know, it's chaotic as all hell. So instead, I did Cassandra Lee Morris because her line actually started to, I want to say, maybe calm down a little bit. The line luckily wasn't capped from what I was told. I got in and I even asked, hey, is the line capped? And from what I was told, it was fine. Her line obviously did take longer because it was like 3 lines in one. It was a full line. And it took me like maybe an hour and a half to finally get the chance to get her autograph and photo, which I forgot. Let me really quickly show you what I got from the con, the autographs. Now I will admit, they might be a little bit damaged now because I had to try and fit them in my bag. But for next time when I do a con, I'll probably be like a file or something so that way I'm not damaging them. I'm going to get them framed and everything at some point. So let me really quickly show the one I got from Courtney. This one's really, really bent. It's also in a plastic cover, which is nice. Let's see. And then, let's see, right here. So this was the artwork, and it's my name right there. To Sean, Courtney Lynn, Princess Peach. And again, she was signing it when we were talking to. And again, thank you so much, Courtney. If you're watching this, probably not. But again, thank you. This art print looks fantastic. I love the little artwork that she has. Like, it's even holographic too. It looks amazing. I love it so much. Let's see, where should I put it? I'll probably just, oh, it's right here. I feel bad for how bent it is. You can see on camera, but I had a hard time fitting it in this bag, okay? So, but yeah. Then for Cassandra, I didn't really get to speak to her that much. I did let them know, and I even did that for other people. It's like, hey, just so you know, this is actually my first ever convention, and having a really fun time. And they were all really cool about it. They were all like, well, dude, welcome to the club and everything. That's awesome. Throwing away my stuff. So, yeah, everyone there was great. I didn't get the chance to meet with Cassandra, talk with her that much, but it was really cool to meet her, because out of all 3 people, I think she was actually the one I wanted to see the most, because she of course voices Morgana, and Morgana is probably one of the characters I know to heart to this day, because again, it's Morgana, like, come on. And of course, I had to get it. I got the Morgana print, which does not have my name on it, it just has Cassandra's signature on it, but I got the I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's the holographic one, saying looking cool Joker with Cassandra's signature on it, and oh my goodness, it was awesome. Her line did take a bit, but it was worth it. And I will say this right now, I did not expect Cassandra to be that tall. Like, oh my goodness, I was standing right next to her, and I'll even pull up the photo for it. She is tiny. I don't mean that in an offensive way, but oh my goodness, this girl, she is... It was so cool to meet her, though. She was really kind, really sweet, and yeah, I didn't mean to toss that. Don't worry, I take good care of my things, I promise. So, but then after I met with Cassandra, most of my time was just waiting to get my butt in line for Alejandro's line, because what happened was his line kept getting packed every single time, all the time. I'm pretty sure it kept happening even after the panels, like after I was done with getting his signature and everything. So what one of the guys at the con had to do was do a basic, I'm going to pick a number from 1 to 5, and if you guess the number that I'm thinking, you can get in line. And I did that the first try, I did not make it in, but for the second try, I thankfully was able to get in, and I made sure, I met a guy at the con, and he wanted to also meet him, so we kind of did this thing, well, why don't we go together as a group? I don't mind it, because it gets to be the chance to meet somebody and make a new friend almost, so we were like, let's try and go together in a group so that we get the chance to meet him. And we actually got selected the second time, and thank God. The consequence is that his line was really, really long, and that is no offense to Alejandro, of course. He's the kind of guy, at least to me, where he wants to try and get the chance to talk to everybody he meets. And you know what? That is completely fair. It's awesome that he gets to even have that kind of opportunity. So the long wait, I will still say, was worth it at the end of the day, no matter what. Like, even though I was running on no food, I will say that I didn't run on no food for 12 hours at this point when I was almost done with the line. It was worth it, because, man, Alejandro, getting to meet him was just amazing, and I really did like the conversation the both of us had together. It was great. And then for the art print I got, which is also in the photo, was this made Deadpool costume that I got. Originally, I was thinking about getting his Akihiko art print. However, I saw this one and I thought this one looked funnier, so I said I am getting this one. And it even says somewhere on here, where is it? Oh, it's on the top, my bad. It has my name right there, and then you can even see his signature right over there. And yeah, again, meeting Alejandro was awesome. Funny enough, I didn't bring this up earlier, it happened earlier in the con, but his partner Hayden, I actually spotted them right next to me when I was getting food earlier, or like I only got water. So I was kind of like, oh wait, that's Hayden, that's really cool. I didn't go up and say anything to them because I don't want to try and jump up into people saying like, hi, nice to meet you. Like, that's pushing a boundary a little bit. I didn't want to invade Hayden's personal bubble. So I even let Alejandro know that, and he was like, yeah, no worries, dude, I understand. So he was really cool about that. But yeah, I'm really glad to have this, as it's nice to have. And again, even the pictures I got from all 3 people I got to meet that day was awesome. And then, like I said, I did want to meet other people, but unfortunately their lines just kept getting packed way too fast. So I did have to call it quits there after I got his signature. So yeah. And luckily after that, I did go and eat some food. I immediately went to go eat because, of course, I did not eat for 12 hours straight. And obviously, even when I was in Alejandro's line, I had to sit down a couple times because I was close to passing out a little bit. I did have water, thankfully, to keep me going, but it was rough, let me tell you. So yeah. Then kind of after that, I spent most of my time just walking around the con and seeing what else is going on. I did check out the gaming room for a little bit. I didn't really do too much simply because I wanted to check it out and see what was going on. Then I kind of just went back down to the dealer hall and chilled there for a little bit. Try to keep looking around, see if there's anything that kept my interest. Sadly not. I didn't really find anything to where I wanted to purchase it, so I was kind of like, maybe next time if I do Otakon next year. So yeah, but, you know, I really did enjoy what I did, and then eventually, around like 7 o'clock, I think that's when we ended our time to head back home, close to 7, because I was tired. We were all three of us are getting tired, and we were kind of just like, well, why don't we go ahead and just get home? I've done everything I wanted to do today, at least, as much as I really wanted to meet other people. I don't want to take the risk, because, you know, all that stuff. Oh yeah, I will admit, I forgot about this. Ray actually did walk past me earlier, but again, I didn't want to invade his personal bubble because he probably had to go use the bathroom or something, and I'm not doing that. No. I already got to see him at the con too, and he said something really funny. So, I'm good. But yeah, overall, for a first con, I really did have a good time. I got to meet some amazingly talented people. I got to talk to some amazingly talented people, and it was really fun all around. With that being said, I am going to be at another con very soon. So, I'll go ahead and announce this, because I do technically announce this kind of stuff on my Twitter feed as well. But, I will be at Collecticon in August, at the very end of the month. I don't remember the dates. It's obviously going to be shown on screen. But I will be there. I will just be there as a guest, obviously. Not like a special guest. Like, the high people that are known up there. Like, frickin' Steve Blum will be there. But I will be there attending, and if you want to come by and see me or get the chance to say hi, I will be there. So yeah, I will be there both days this time. I won't be going one day. I'll be going both Saturday and Sunday. And I will be doing it in Richmond, the one in Richmond, which I am really excited. I've actually never been to Richmond, or maybe I have, but not in quite some time, so we'll have to see how that goes, especially because I probably have to drive there myself, and knowing how to get to Richmond from where I am, yikes. But we'll see how it goes. I am really excited for this con. I'm going to definitely need to give myself a minute, because man, probably after Collecticon, I think I might just not do any more cons this year, especially because they're expensive. It takes a lot of time out of and energy out of me. I do love doing them, don't get me wrong, but it takes a little bit of energy out of me. And yeah, I don't want to tire myself out just by doing cons, especially because it costs a lot of money and everything. But yeah, I will be at Collecticon, and hopefully I'll actually be able to see Ray this time. I'm just saying as a random bleh. But yeah, so that was pretty much my experience for Otakon, and of course me saying I'll be at this con as well. Again, just real looking forward to see what happens next with whatever I do next. Yeah, thank you for watching this little video. I'm sorry that's not like an actual me filming at the con, but obviously, you know me, I don't want to go out and just randomly film in public places sometimes like that. I did it for the Switch, and that might be one of the rare times you'll only ever see it, unfortunately. At least for now, until I get more open with filming in public. So yeah. But thank you for watching this little story time, I guess. And I will see you guys next time. Alright, take care, everyone.